everyone, it is Friday, May 3rd, 2019, around 11:24 p.m. here in New York City. So in this video, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to use the price level tables that I send out to people in my email list. Also give some tutorial on the Pendragon 3-2-1 system. So first of all, the system I use, I call it Pendragon 3-2-1. 3 stands for the 3 price line, as you see here, the green line, the pink one, and the purple line. I use a cyan right here to make it easier to read. And 2 stands for 2 sets of trading system. So right here you'll see this cyan dot with L. L stands for confirmed long signal. And if you look at the middle, the weekly chart, this W stands for weekly. SPY, this is the product name. It's a SPY, which is the S&P 500 ETF. Okay, so S stands for confirmed short signal. Okay, so S for short. L right here on the daily chart stands for long, okay, and S stands for short. Now, every time we see a pink cross where DN stands for down, so that means the beginning of a downtrend. Okay, this is signifies the beginning of a downtrend. Does not mean it's a short signal yet. For short signal, you have to see this S. Okay, and here we see a UP up. We see a blue cross, cyan cross. And that is up stands for uptrend. So every time you see a blue cross, that means beginning of an uptrend. Okay, so that's one of the 2 trading signals, part of the 3-2-1. And lastly, the 1 stands for one indicator. Okay, so 3-2-1, 3 price lines, 2 sets of trading signals, and 1 indicator. So the core of the 3-2-1 system is actually the 3 price lines. Okay, we use that a lot because if you can decode these 3 lines properly, you can explain a lot of market actions. And what I have done is that for my subscribers, for those who are on my email subscriber list, you can email me. I would show you the email list at the end of this video, and also in the description area of this video, you can email me, request to be on the email list. I send out this email list once a week, and you look like this. Okay, so we can learn how to use this thing. Okay, so right now, let's go back to the 3-2-1 system first. So also, you see every time when I do my stock analysis, there's always 3 charts on the screen. On the left, D stands for daily chart. Okay, and W stands for weekly chart, and M stands for monthly chart. So the daily chart is always going to be on the left, and a weekly chart in the middle, and monthly chart on the right. Okay, so same thing on this table. You see that we have 3 sections here. On the left, that's going to be your daily chart section. In the middle chart, that's going to be a weekly chart section. In fact, if you look at here, very small and I guess very light print, it says weekly right here, and the monthly is right up here. Okay, to the right. Okay, so that corresponds to the 3 different charts. Now you notice that there are 3 sets of this number, green, pink, and cyan. That corresponds to these 3 numbers, the 3 lines. You see the green, pink, and cyan numbers? Okay, that's what they are. Now before we go any further, let me explain a little bit how to read the chart. So the symbol is all the way on the left. Okay, that's your symbol for these products, okay, for these instruments. Okay, and then you have a trade date. Trade day is the day of the data that this is generated. Okay, so on this particular chart, for those of you who are on my mailing list, this is one of the charts I sent out to you last Sunday afternoon, New York time. Okay, New York City time, right before the market opens on Monday. I send it out on Sunday afternoons, usually between 5 to 6 o'clock, give or take. Sometimes it could be a little bit after 6 p.m., but usually it's between 5 to 6 p.m. in New York City time. And then you have interval. Interval, this is give you, so in addition to look at the middle part, you can know what we're talking about. So all the price here is a daily chart, right? And the middle one's weekly, and all the way on the right, that's monthly chart. That's the last transacted price for this instrument. So my trading platform, $COMPX, that's actually a NASDAQ cash index. So the last transaction price for NASDAQ on April 26, 2019, it closed at 8146.40. So 8146.40. So this way, you can verify, if you have your own trading platform, to know that you're on the right product in the right trading day. Okay, and the low was the low for that interval. So this is the low for that day. This is the daily chart we're looking at. High is for the high. Okay, and obviously there's three numbers we explained already. The green number corresponds with the green numbers right here. Okay, and the pink number over here. So now we look at this. Okay, we're looking at SPY here. It's 290.20 SPY. So if we go back to the chart here, SPY. Go down to S. SPY is right here, number 18. Everybody see that? Since we're looking at the daily chart. Okay. That's 289.09. The reason for that is because, guess what? I did not change this to April 26. We are actually looking at, May 3rd, which is this today. Friday's close. Let's go back to April. Let's make April 26 the last day. 289.09. Okay, everybody see that? 289.09. That's on April 26. So if we go back to there, go back to the chart, the numbers should match now. SPY number 18, 289.09. Voila. Okay, now the pink number here is 285.28. So let's go back to the chart. 285.28. Lo and behold, it works. Look at that. Alright, so lastly, we had this pink one. I use cyan, so it's easier to see. People suggest to me because pink somehow doesn't stand out very well against the black background. So 272.32. That's our pink number. That's our purple number. SPY, where are you? 272.32. Okay, you see that? And so on and so forth for the weekly chart and the monthly chart. So now, how do we use this exactly? Okay, how do we use this? Well, it's very simple. Well, first of all, if you have a system like me, you can see this thing plotted out in real time. But obviously, you don't have that. But you can still use it. It's still quite useful. So let me show you how. So every time when you get these charts in your hands, okay, every weekend, and on a weekend, I usually send out altogether maybe 4 or 5 charts at this point. So we're gonna cover over 130 different products, maybe more. We have a whole bunch of things. So you can probably find something that you trade, and if not, you can always email me, and if I have room, I would add them. Okay, so now the moment you get these numbers, what you're gonna do is this. You're gonna go to your favorite charting software. Okay, you do whatever you want. There's quite a few of them that are free. Okay, I think they are web-based, Flash, Java, whatever. Those are free. You can get it themselves. So let's say you open up a link chart like this. So right now I'm opening up a chart that is 60 minutes, and I'm looking at VIX. And everybody knows VIX is one of the most difficult product to analyze. Wall Street firm literally spend billions of dollars hiring the smartest people try to forecast VIX resistance and support level and price level, what have you. So let's adjust the date back to April 26. So that's it right now. April 26 was obviously last Friday. Okay, so because we're using the chart that we already have using the symbol. So that's it right now on Sunday. It's April 28th. You just got the charts. Okay, so we had these numbers. Let's go to VIX. Okay, so VIX. Let me write these numbers. So what I'm going to do, because right now I am doing with you guys, so I'm going to write these numbers down. Okay, so so right here, VIX is number 4. Everybody see it? Number 4. We might follow my arrow. Okay, so it's 13.23, and then we're going from daily chart first. 15.26, 19.23. That's the daily. Now number 4 on the weekly. That's 15.68, 19.44. And 1946. Okay, I'm just writing these down as I'm talking to you right now. And on the monthly is 2058, 2045, and 2660. For those of you who have two monitors, obviously you can just put one chart on one monitor, on the other one, or if a lot of people nowadays, I know you guys have tablets or cell phones or what have you, you can just pull those up, on the tablet or cell phone, or you can do the old-fashioned way, or you can put them side by side, whatever you want to do. You can okay, so I just jot down these nice sets of numbers. So now let's go to work. So I'm going to draw horizontal lines. First number I got was 13.23. Okay, if you want, you can actually color them. For our purpose, actually, you don't really need to. I mean, you could. You look prettier, So you can even make it different thickness. So if they are from daily, weekly, or monthly. So first number was 13.23. The next number was 15.26. So again, right now when we're doing this, we are pretending as though it was end of last Friday, April 26th, okay? The numbers were there. For those of you who have the chart, you can pull it out and go along with me, okay? Because for those of you who have a chart, you already know I sent out the chart last week, a week in advance. So I'm not making this thing up. I'm not talking about this way after the fact. This is actually pre-fact. We're just doing a tutorial right now. So the number 15.26 disappeared from the chart. Obviously, why? Because the highest so far for this chart to go up to is 14 something. So it disappeared. But that's okay. You might come back later. Okay? It just won't show here right now. So, but it's in there. The next one is 19.23. That's even going to be higher. It's not going to be in the chart right now. So okay, next number is 15.68. So what I'm doing right now, you just keep jotting down the number, typing up the numbers, typing out the numbers that I jot down, and let's do them real quick. 1946. Okay, let's keep on going. We got only 3 more numbers to go. So this one would be 20.58 and 20.45, and lastly 26.60. So these are quite high number. Obviously way beyond it. Okay, now we have all 9 numbers in here now. So let's do this now. So let's go to April 27th. We are advancing the day now. Well, obviously, I'm sorry. April 27th is a Saturday. The market is now open. So let's go to Monday, April 29th. Okay. So look, the latest. Okay, let me expand the chart a little bit. So you know what? In fact, let me put a letter A right here. This okay. First of all, follow along with my arrow. I don't know if it's going to show up here. Okay, it's not really showing up here. You see right here? 426. So this whole bar, A, this was actually April 26th. That was last Friday's action. Okay, so the number was given after last Friday. So A and before, these are all the past data. So anything going forward to the right side of A from here, let's put this B. Let's put a B over here. Anything from the point B forward, that's the future price after the charts. Okay, so the latest box, that was April 29th. So we had this 1323 number in there. Look what happened here right now again. Oh, okay, let me do something here. Let me input, display the chart title. Easy for you guys to see. Okay, so right here you look, see 60 minutes. That means this chart is 60 minutes. You can also verify from my arrow here. It's kind of small. And right here, this is the VIX index. That's the way my trading platform I use, TradeStation, they got displayed. So we're looking at VIX 60-minute chart. Okay, so everybody clear on that? So right now we're looking at April 29th. So on April 29th, the high for that day was 1327. On April 29th. The price that was calculated on the close of April 26th, Friday, was 1323. Everybody see that? Okay, let me make this number a little bigger. You see how that it touched, it couldn't quite close above that, it went down. And And if you follow the SPY or the stock index, I guarantee you that's when the market started to bounce back up. Okay, on April 29th. Let's see if that's the case. April 29th, where are you? April... Oh, sorry, we're still stuck in April 26th. Let's just go to today, so we'll have more data. This is April 29th. I gotta put the label on the bottom. April 30th. April 29th. Okay. Now let's go back. So let's add another day. April 30th. Okay. So I'm gonna put letter C. C is April 30th. So this is how you use this chart. You plot out these lines and you watch them every single day on real time. Okay? So, and they could act as potential support resistance, depends on where they are in relation to the current trading price to you. Okay? And you see how toward the end, it's just this kind of like line. And let's go to the next day. May. Let's add another date to it. That's May 1st. Okay. Let's call this D. May 1st, 2019. Okay. And as I mentioned before, these lines act like magnets. They attract price to them. So already, we're looking at 60-minute chart here. First of all, we have it there. And on the open of April 30th, everybody see that? He touched this, he backed off a little bit, and once he break above it, okay, there's no more, the next line is all the way up here, this green line up here, that's why the market is quite strong. And he come back down. Everybody can see how this kind of somehow acts as a price magnet. You know, that's attracting the price, especially the whole bunch right here until the end of, on the closing, on the May 1st, just boom, right up. And it seems like it's trying to touch this line up here. Okay, because you have this line on here. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's add another day of data right here. So, May 2nd. That we are now bringing to just yesterday, Thursday. Voila. Remember how before we plotted all those charts because the price level was too high, we couldn't see them. Now the price moved up higher. It's coming back here now. So that's May 2nd. That was yesterday, Thursday. Okay, so right away we blast through this 1526 level, and then level above that is 1568. Okay, now let's go back to the chart just so that I am not BSing you guys. I even forgot. Okay, 1526.26 and 15.68. Where do we find that? 15.68. Everybody see on the weekly chart, and on the daily chart, the pink number is 1526, and on the weekly chart, the green number is 1568. That's what these two lines are. In fact, this is actually pink. That's labeled with pink, and since this is actually a weekly, let's make it a little bit thicker. Okay. Now notice that it challenges 1568. It could not close above it. Okay, and therefore it acts as a resistance. That was yesterday, Thursday. We all know started on Wednesday toward the end of the last hour, the market started going down. That's why VIX went up. And to what extent it's going to go, these lines give you the keys. Okay, now let's add another day. That's today now. Let's bring us to today, May 3rd. Okay, let's advance at one more day. Voila, right here. So we will be point F. F will be May 3rd, 2019. that would be today's action. Okay, so you see what happened? You could not break above the high right over here. I just call it high. No, resistance is better. And the thing went down. That's why today, because VIX went down, today the market rallied quite substantially. In fact, look what happened. Look, where do you want to go? Naturally, is again, seek this level, 13.23. Okay? In fact, on this bar, okay, 9:15 in the morning, right before the market opened, the VIX, the low was there. And the whole day, it could not rally above 13.23. That's why the market is quite strong for the rest of the day. And yet, however, remember what we say, these lines act like a magnet? You see how somehow they all try to touch it? Okay? So that's how you use these charts. If you understand, these are the potential pressure points for the markets. They can act as potential support or resistance. And these numbers are calculated there for you already. Okay? Another thing I want you guys to emphasize is that now you say, okay, maybe these numbers are just very convenient numbers or what have you. Okay, let me delete all these. Well, cannot delete horizontal line, trend line. Okay, the lines are intact. We're looking at 60 minutes. Again, these were calculated by my own proprietary algorithms. These were not drawn. These you did not see me change parameters. They just punch up. So I'm going to pull up now daily charts for the VIX. We're looking at the VIX now. Daily chart right up here. So let's look at this 13.23 here, for example. This one, because we use quite a bit. What's interesting about this thing is that if you look at this 13.23 level right here, and let me compress the chart a little bit. Guess what? This is not an obvious support or resistance level on the chart, right? It's actually cut across through many numbers. And also even this 1568 level-ish, if you look at this number right here, again, it's not a natural place where you're going to draw your support resistance. If I were a regular technician, I'll probably draw resistance right up here, because that's what the two previous number here, or even up here. I sure will not draw right here. So that's the interesting about these algorithm. So that's how you use these charts. So I hope this could be of some benefit to you. So if you want, you can email me. This is my email address is right here, panlong321@outlook.com, and to be requested to be put on mailing list. And I'll send out these price tables once a week. I cover quite a few products. Let me see. So if I can find out my last, okay, bear with me a second here. So you already see this is one of the charts that I sent out last Sunday, and I also sent out additional 4 charts. I'm gonna list them here. So that's another one. That's another one. Actually, I sent out a total of 5 charts. That's another one, and that's another one. So in this one, because I grouped them into 2 different groups, so this one has 120 symbols, and the first one has 34 symbols. So all make it all together. I send out price levels for 154 different instruments, and on all 3 different time frames, on the daily time frame, weekly time frame, and the monthly time frames. Okay, so if you're interested in receiving those, please let me know and join the email list. Okay, so that concludes this tutorial video. If you still have any questions, please leave comments below or email me, and I'll be very glad to answer them. All right, that concludes this video. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.